Everything seemed wasted if she did not finally get an opportunity. Yet she endured. Her parents endured, and the village endured with her. They were waiting silently for a government that seemed to forget them. The first year after graduation passed quietly. At first, Amina did not worry. Everyone told her the same thing. Be patient. Government recruitment takes time. She believed them. She woke up early every morning, ironed her clothes neatly, and kept her certificate safely wrapped in plastic. Any mention of employment on the radio made her heart race. Any announcement from the Ministry of Health felt like it was meant for her. In the village, expectations grew. Neighbors asked when she would be posted. Children still called her the nurse who will work in the hospital. Elders reminded her parents that their daughter would soon be supporting the family. Amina smiled politely, even when she had no answers. Inside her, hope and anxiety lived side by side. By late 2021, the silence became heavy. There was no posting, no official letter, only rumors. WhatsApp groups of allied health graduates buzzed daily with screenshots, voice notes, and speculation. They say recruitment will start next quarter. They say nutritionists are included. Each message lifted her spirit briefly, only for it to crash again when nothing happened. Every year came with new expenses. Renewal of her professional PIN became a painful routine. Paying for it without a salary felt cruel, yet letting it expire felt like giving up on her dream. Her father sold more farm produce. Her mother borrowed quietly, never complaining, never blaming. Amina watched them age under the weight of waiting, and guilt settled deep in her chest. In 2024, hope returned loudly. Officials spoke publicly. Promises were made again. Recruitment was coming, they said. Budgets were mentioned. Timelines were hinted at. Amina prepared herself once more. She updated her documents, checked her email daily, and listened carefully to every ministerial statement. The village celebrated early, as if employment had already arrived. Then 2025 came, and with it, confusion. New statements sounded uncertain. Words like difficulty, constraints, and limited opportunities replaced the earlier confidence. After the budget, they said there would be good news. The budget passed. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into silence. Amina began to feel invisible, educated, qualified, yet unused. 5 years after graduation, she was still waiting, still renewing her PIN, still explaining herself, still carrying the weight of promises that never became reality. And yet, each morning, she folded her documents carefully and told herself what she had been saying since 2020, maybe tomorrow. By the 6th year of waiting, hope no longer arrived loudly. It came quietly, carefully, as if afraid of being broken again. Amina learned to carry her faith in smaller portions. She no longer spoke confidently about employment. Instead, she said, Inshallah, and kept her expectations low. The village noticed the change. The questions became fewer, the celebrations more restrained, the smiles more cautious. Each renewal of her professional PIN felt heavier than the last. Paying for it without earning. A single SETI reminded her that her qualifications were still valid on paper, but unused in reality. Sometimes she wondered if her education was expiring faster than her license. Yet she renewed it again, because letting it lapse felt like surrender. Her parents aged visibly. Amina Sulemana's strength faded with each farming season, his back bending more than before. Haya Mariama's hands shook slightly now when she counted money. Her once quick steps slowed by worry. Still, they never asked Amina to stop hoping. Instead, they reminded her that patience itself was an act of worship. Allah sees effort, her mother would say softly. Even waiting is not wasted. In 2025, the minister's words spread through the country like cold wind. Employment, he said, would be difficult. Budgets were tight, opportunities limited. Amina listened carefully, searching for reassurance between the lines, but found none. The promise of good news after the budget faded into another unanswered expectation. The radio went quiet. WhatsApp groups grew tense, filled with frustration and anger instead of optimism. At night, Amina prayed longer than before. She asked not only for a job, but for strength to remain dignified in waiting, strength to protect her parents from disappointment, strength to believe that her education still had purpose. Sometimes tears accompanied her prayers, falling silently onto the mat. Other times, she felt an unexpected calm, as if patience itself was shaping her into someone stronger than she had imagined. Though the pressure mounted, Amina did not collapse. She adjusted. She helped in the village where she could, offered nutrition advice informally, and supported younger students who dreamed of university. She reminded herself that being unemployed did not mean being useless. Even in waiting, she chose to remain useful. And so, with faith tested but not destroyed, Amina continued forward, carrying uncertainty in one hand and resilience in the other, trusting that the story was not yet finished.